John Coleman, you've taken a point against an informed Barnsley. What did you make of this afternoon's game?
I've been telling everyone for the last couple of weeks that we're right at it. We've been great in training. In the odd games that we've managed to get in that spell, we've done well. But we just looked rusty as hell in the first half. We just couldn't get going. We couldn't really mount a challenge to them. They scored a decent enough goal from their perspective, poor from us. Toby didn't make that many saves, but it wasn't comfortable, the possession that they were having in the corners. They were having free kicks going into our box, and I think the only time we troubled their goalkeeper was when a cross from Joey P skipped off the turf and nearly caught him out. They had to put over for the corner, but we didn't look ourselves. And the lads were told that in no uncertain terms at half time. And listen, I said to them, but very early I'm disappointed. I'm just disappointed because how I'd felt before the game, the confidence I'd felt before the game, and I just didn't see that. It was like seeing a different team playing from what I see in training yesterday. Or saw the correct word there, English. Yeah. And then, second half we livened up. We put young Leslie on and he ran the channels. And sometimes, you just have to take what you can get. Not playing particularly well, you get a point. We were better second half. We competed better second half. It'd be easy to make excuses. We have had a lot of injuries, but we've had a lot of sickness. And at the start of the week, we had 5 players who weren't able to train. And all of them started today. So it's not ideal. The energy levels were low. And everyone who's seen Mitch play for us this season knows he's probably one of the best attacking right backs in the division. And he just looks as though he had no energy, he had zero energy, he couldn't run, and that's why he was replaced at half time. And then Ross come on and did his best, and and was a handful. He looks dangerous when he goes forward, gives us a different option. Joey P had to switch wings, and then we ended up playing Joey in the middle as well. But sometimes it's all hands to the pump, and if you can get a result when you're not quite at your optimum force, you've got to be grateful. And we tinkered it around a bit. Thought Seamus did well as a centre half. He's done that before, and he acquitted himself well, and that just gave us a chance to get Ryan a bit further forward. We wanted our back three to be able to attack, and Harvey gets forward quite well on the left. A bit difficult for Baba. He's still coming to terms with the language as well, which is difficult. But overall, I think they've been on a good run. You've got to be pleased with a point in the end.
Keeps you just above those relegation places. How important is that?
Vital for us, and you just got to keep moving the scoreboard along. Big games coming up now. Probably the biggest of our season coming up against Morecambe, which we know is going to be tough. And we've just got to get the lads in the right frame of mind and the right bill of health.
How challenging is that going to be? The injuries aren't going to come back overnight, of course, but the illnesses must be a real concern. Yeah,
I think we're close to getting Sean back as well, which would be a big lift for us. He has a big influence on the team. And it might be a case of nursing him back and not trying to get too much from him, but just having him around the squad gives the players a lift. And hopefully we can turn the year, we'll get a couple of signings in as well to strengthen ourselves and give ourselves a good chance to go for the second half of the season.
I know Morecambe games are always big ones for you. Is this going to be one of the biggest ones you've had potentially, given where you both are in the league?
I think so, yeah. And historically they're well supported. We're strange playing them on a night match over the Christmas period, but that's the way it falls, and we'll just go out and try our hardest to win.
It's not necessarily must-win game, but I'm sure you'll approach it like that.
Well, we feel as though it's a cup final. I'm sure Morecambe will feel the same, so it should make for a great atmosphere. And
just on the bigger picture, bit of momentum going into that transfer window. Will it be easier to recruit players if you are above those relegation places?
Well, I'm trying to get my work done now before the transfer window opens, so hopefully we'll get the right ones in.